Good evening. Hi, Regina. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Give a few moments while everybody comes in, and I'll give you a bit of an overview of some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. I have to remember to look at the camera and not at that. Got various things in my hands, various things to show you this evening. Very excited to welcome you in. Apologies, there was no live last week. I hope you do understand why there was no live. In case you're not up to speed with everything, I came home last Saturday from the hospital. On the previous Thursday, I donated my kidney successfully to my mother-in-law, which still feels like it never happened. But yeah, everything seems to be going well with that. I'm healing reasonably well, still quite sore, still quite tired. But yeah, first and foremost, let me give you my ultimate thanks for your patience and understanding with any of the technical issues that we've had with regards to getting all the information out to you for the Hodgepodge blanket crochet along, which we are going to be talking about a lot tonight, because it's just been one of those things where my brain's been a little bit fuddled. Painkillers, various things. Hello, Bobby. Come on in. Welcome. So excited to have you all here. Give me a big hello in the comments, guys. It's so wonderful to welcome you back in. So yes, a huge thank you for your patience. And I know that things have been a little bit fraught for me, certainly. And I know that lots of people are finding keeping up with making all of the squares a bit of a challenge, which is understandable. A lot of them are lots of techniques to learn and that kind of thing. Hi. So we're going to take a few moments today just to go through where you're at and as part of the Hodgepodge blanket crochet along. I want to share with you a little bit later today my absolute favorite square in this whole event. So I thought I had a favorite, and then I've remade a couple of them and I have a new favorite. And actually, even now I'm looking at my blanket, there's a couple that I'm really excited that are still to come, because believe it or not, today is day 20 of the Hodgepodge blanket crochet along. I don't know where the last 20 days have gone. I only spent 3 or 4 of them in hospital, so the rest have just flown by. It really has been absolutely phenomenal to see thousands, well, hundreds and thousands of people taking part, downloading the patterns where they can and viewing them on the website and watching the YouTube videos as well. I'm hugely appreciative of everyone who's taking part, and I am absolutely loving seeing everybody's squares. I'm going to come back to that in a little bit as well, because I have a mini challenge should you wish to accept it too. I have some notes because there's always so much to remember, and my memory is not what it used to be, I can tell you. Who knows? I've written a note and I don't even read my own writing. Already have. Oh, been back home a week. That's what it says. I've been back home a week. So I got home a week ago last Saturday. And I possibly should have had another day or 2 in hospital. But definitely over the worst now. Healing so well. God bless the NHS, because obviously if you're in America, you'll appreciate the costs involved with this kind of surgery. A transplant obviously isn't free in America, which fascinates me. Very different things. But obviously from the NHS, I'm eternally grateful for them. It means that my mother-in-law is going to avoid a lifetime on dialysis. And if anybody does understand kidneys, I can share a little bit more with you now. But my mother-in-law was in kidney failure, total renal failure, down to a GFR, which is basically the percentage of the kidney that's working, to below 5. And the result that she had yesterday of my kidney working in her body, she now has a GFR of 90, which is better than it was 40 years ago when she was first diagnosed with kidney disease. So I have the world's best kidneys, or at least I did. Let's hope the one I've got is working just as well. I'm pretty confident that it is. So welcome back in. We've got a lot more. Say hi, guys. I need to know who's watching, because I love to interact with you. Oh, isn't it, Bobby? It's blown my mind how quickly this has worked for her, and I'm so pleased. I really am. She's still not home, unfortunately. We're hoping today she would finally come home. Kind of a couple of other unrelated issues, so they're just sorting those out. She should be home hopefully tomorrow. Hi, Dana. Lovely to have you. So I'm going to ask you a question while I go through what's happening outside of the Hodgepodge blanket crochet along. I appreciate there are other things in the crochet world than just me. So I'm going to ask you a question, which I'd like you to type. Oh, Diane, hi. I would love to know, so far, what is your favorite square patterns so far? If you've been keeping up with them, or if you've just been looking at the images and that kind of thing, I would love to know your favorite square so far in the blanket, because they're changing as time goes on. Each time you make a different one, you're loving a different one. So let me know in the comments so far what your favorite square has been in the event and why you like it as well. Because as you answer that question, I'm going to go on to tell you a little bit more about some of the other events that I'm involved in this month. The crochet world kind of really hots up around this time of year. I'm sure you're the same. Lots of people kind of slow down their making through the warmer months in the Northern Hemisphere. I know obviously it's not very warm in Australia right now and the Southern Hemisphere, but it's been our summer and unseasonably warm in the UK. So I know that a lot of people have kind of put their making to one side and been getting on with kind of maybe no projects or smaller projects. And this time of year kind of tends to be where the crochet world ramps up and you'll see loads of new cold weather projects come up. Again, not so great for Australia because they'll be going into their summer. But for the majority of makers in America and all the other kind of Northern Hemisphere, it's that period of time where we start thinking ahead about wrapping up and keeping cozy and keeping warm. And I don't know about you, but we're experiencing some really high kind of fuel costs in this country, in the UK. And a lot of people are kind of preempting by making blankets. That was just coincidence. Making jumpers and sweaters and kind of getting really cozy. There's been a new event that started on the 1st of September being hosted by Madame Stitch, which I think is a fabulous business name. I really do like it. Had me confused originally. I'm probably saying it wrong, but I like to say it with a bit of an accent because it just amuses me. But yeah, Madame Stitch is hosting the Wraps, Scarves and Cows blog hop. Now, I have shared this in the Facebook group already and I've popped it on my emails for you, because each day throughout September up until the 28th of September, you're going to be able to download a wrap, scarf or cowl pattern for free each day. Now, my feature day is on Tuesday, and I'm sharing with you that you're going to be able to download for free via my Ravelry shop on Tuesday, which is the 6th of September. You're going to be able to download my Make with a Cake cozy cowl pattern. Now, this is a stitch that you've already used in the event. I'm just finishing up the videoing for this pattern. It's never had a YouTube tutorial before, so I thought I'd share one with you as well. But you've already used this stitch, so I think it's going to be a great transition into making a wearable item with one of the stitches that features in the Hodgepodge blanket crochet along. So that is running already. I've popped a link in the description box for you on YouTube to go and check out today's pattern. There's already been 2 amazing patterns. Yesterday was one of my friends, Bernadine from Me and My Hook. She shared the mirror cowl. Uses a mirror stitch, which has a spike in it, and I know we all love spikes. So yeah, there's a free pattern available for you each day as part of that event. There's also a pattern bundle available, so you don't have to hop around all the blogs. Not a lot of people like doing that, but from a designer point of view, blog hops allow us to be put in front of new people, new audiences, and for people to find us, get a taster of our crochet patterns, our writing style, and that kind of thing. So if you've ever wondered why you see so many designers taking part in various events where they give their work away effectively, because that's what they're doing, that's kind of, well, that's my reasoning behind it, is it gives me the opportunity to find people out there in the world who might not have met me before, let them have a copy of one of my patterns. They can make up that pattern, see that my pattern works, fingers crossed, and find out more about me. I get to find out more about them. And it's just a really nice exchange. I like being able to be generous. Can't do it all the time, unfortunately, but this is, yeah, you're going to be able to get a copy of that pattern as well on Tuesday. And the reason I know the date so well is because Monday's my birthday. It's not, well, it doesn't matter. This one's not a big one. Last year was the big The big one, turned 21 last year, shall we say. Yeah. So that event started on the 1st of September, and another event started as well. So this one kind of really rang home to me. When I heard about this event, I had to get involved with it. It's called Relax and Hook. Now, I don't know about you, but one of the things that I love about crochet is the opportunity to quieten my mind and just chill and focus on my project and stitch away. Even as I talk about it, I can feel myself slowing down. Thank you, Bobby, for the happy birthday wishes. And Diane, thank you. Oh, you're so good. You wish me happy birthday already. Just that opportunity to kind of shut out everything else that's going on and just focus on my project, and I really kind of almost practice mindfulness with it. I can crochet in front of the TV, but I actually prefer to do it with music playing, or I really want to get into audiobooks. That's my next thing. So any recommendations, please let me know. But so, sorry, I digress. But the reason that I wanted to get involved in that event is because it's all about why I crochet, is the opportunity to relax and use it as an opportunity to practice mindfulness and just to clear my mind. So I've popped a link in the description box again for you, where you can find out more about that event. And there will be another opportunity to download another of my patterns for free later on in the month. But I will share those. It's quite a lot later in the month. But it is a great opportunity. And each day throughout September, there's another pattern that uses or that features stitches that can be used in a mindful way, or to create a project that can help you with your mindfulness as well, if you're that way inclined and you like to relax as you crochet. So there's also something very exclusive coming. Oh, I'm so pleased. Yes, someone, I'm not sure the name, I do apologize, Facebook user has said that this crochet along has just given you the opportunity just to take kind of half an hour to an hour a day. Yeah, just to focus on you and your well-being. Yeah, it's so important. What the world is so frantic. I mean, I'm a nightmare for never stopping. I really am. When I think about like the rationale of if anybody else was working, a week post-op, I'd be like, what are you doing? Slightly different, I suppose, because this is my passion as well. I feel like it's okay to kind of keep going, but I'm very conscious that I'm a lot slower. I'm doing a lot less than I was before I went into hospital. So I'm having my me time too. Don't you worry. I'm going to have a bath after this. You'll be happy to know. So yes, something exclusive is coming at the end of September. Now, if you haven't heard of the exclusive events that I host, I've hosted a few over the last couple of years. They are a little bit different than your traditional blog hop. And the autumn exclusives is one of my favorites. It's been scaled down. See, I told you I was working less. It's been scaled down ever so slightly so that the patterns that are included are phenomenal. I've seen them. I know they're going to be absolutely beautiful. And there are going to be a fewer number of designers being featured so that I can take the time to really introduce them to you properly, and you can get to know them, find out what their design is. So as opposed to the standard of a blog hop where you get a free pattern by finding out more, this is actually going to be a premium crochet pattern. But I will tell more about this event to you later in the month as it approaches. It doesn't start until the 30th of September. Now, I know you've already got the 30th of September in your calendar for a very important reason. And it's sat over my shoulder once again, because obviously that is the day of the grand prize draw for the Hodgepodge blanket crochet along. There's been a few people kind of worrying about the fact they haven't quite made all of their squares. They're not up to date. They're rushing. Just relax. There is plenty of time. A lot of the squares that are coming up. Hi, welcome. A lot of the squares that are coming up in the next week or the next 10 days. Oh, it's only 10 days. There's only 10 more designs to release. A lot of them are kind of lacy. Not a lot of them. A couple of them are lacy. A couple of them are super squishy. There's definitely some very pretty ones coming up. And you will have time to catch up. So the last square pattern releases, I think, on the 13th of September. And then the finished article, or when you need to be completely finished for the grand prize draw, is not until the 30th of September. But there are other prizes to be won. So I don't want anybody to feel pressured into thinking they have to be finished by the 30th of September, because you don't. I reassure you, you do not. But I thought you might like to see some of the other prizes that are going to be included, because there are more than one prize. There is more than one prize. We've got the grand prize, which is sat over here. There is an extra ball of yarn up there, which may go out to a different winner. Or I might give that away this week. I haven't quite decided. So we've got some extra prizes. We have the grand prize, which is the first prize. To be in with a chance to win that, you're going to need to have a photo of your finished blanket, styled, obviously. No, I'm joking. Just you holding it is going to be absolutely wonderful. On your social media with me tagged in it using the hashtag Hodgepodge Blanket Cal. Then there are 4 other prizes. Okay, so the second prize. Now, there's a very special box here. It's not all of these, but one of these boxes, I think it's this one, is a prize. One of the prizes. So this is for the second prize. And it is, I can tell you it's going to be the same as this, because this is my favorite hook. It is going to be a 5mm. What wood is this? I can't remember what wood this is now. I only ordered it the other day. You're going to be getting, one of the prizes is a 5mm furls crochet hook, a wooden streamline. You're going to get some exclusive, and these are exclusive because these were designed by me, but made for me by the wonderful CC by Fran. And these are 5 stitch markers. And then this is mine. So please apologize for this is well loved. My design of a notions bag as well, which has its crochet time on it, and a little stitch marker tin as well, which is, I love this because it's like a little screw top tin. It fits way more than just the 5. So that's the second prize. So you're going to get a notions bag, some stitch markers, stitch marker tin, and a furls hook. There is a furls hook for the grand prize as well, don't worry. The third prize is going to be one of my memberships. So you may not be aware of this. I have a subscription service which is my Full Bloom membership. So my Full Bloom membership gives you access to all of my previously released crochet patterns and the next 12 months patterns for a low cost charge, which is just £50. So you get I think there must be 115 patterns in there now, not including the crochet along, obviously, because that's separate. But yeah, 115 crochet patterns are available in my Full Bloom membership, all of my designs that I've had. And someone's going to win access to all of that for 12 months. So they'll get the next 12 months worth of crochet patterns from me as well, which is a wonderful prize, high value. By the time the price, oh no, it won't. The price does go up every year, unfortunately. So if you wanted to secure it at that price, you can do. But yeah, if you're not aware of my Full Bloom membership, oh, Bobby, yes, I'm so pleased that you like it, because it just gives you all the different kind of patterns that you can have, can't it? Everything I've ever designed is in that bundle, and you can win that as well. And then the 4th and 5th prize are just the opportunity to have all the printable patterns for the crochet along as well. So all you need to do to be in with a chance to win anything from the 2nd down to the 5th prize is to share a stack of your squares. So however many you've made, be it, you're going to tell me off if I show you this stack. Oh, that's not it. I'm sorry. The ends are still there. I haven't done them. I'm making a second blanket in case you couldn't guess. So this is another little thing I would like us to all get involved in. So I would love to see a stack of your squares. It can either be with you and your face, but you're going to get an extra entry, okay? Because there's an extra way of doing this. I'm going to share all the details with you, don't worry, in detail later. I have an idea, and I would love to get as many people involved as possible, where we have like a reel of everyone kind of showcasing their squares. So if you're not familiar with reels are something on Instagram where you kind of put video to music or pictures to music, and it brings them to life. And I thought it'd be really nice to see kind of everyone's stacks, because they're all such different colors and all that kind of stuff. So either a photo or a stack. Either a photo or a video of your squares. You can share it into the Facebook group. You can email it to me, and that will be, or share it on your own social media with You still need to tag me and all that kind of stuff. But I'll pop the link into the rules and everything later at the end of this video, right in the description box and in the comments as well. But it is, I want to showcase everything you're making because it's just so beautiful. So shall I share with you my favorite square now that I've kind of remade and I'm really excited to share with you? Can't even tell you when this one's out. I think might be Tuesday or Monday. No, Monday. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me grab my whole blanket. My blanket. So there's no ends on my blanket, I promise. I did weave all of those in. So where have you gone? Here we are. So here is, oh, I'm so pleased. So today's square was the linen stitch square, this one here. And it is, I think, was just such a neat little square. It really was. I know it might have seemed like it took a long time to work up. If you found this one slow, you're going to love tomorrow's, because that might be a little bit slower. But it is, again, tomorrow's square is such a wonderful texture. Shall I give you a preview? Is that tomorrow's? I don't know if that's tomorrow. Oh, they're so similar. Some of them are so similar. Yeah, that must be tomorrow's. So this is tomorrow's square. Looks really basic, doesn't it? But it's really, really stunning, and you're going to absolutely love it. So this is one of my favorites, which is, if I can't even hold it up, the forked clusters. That's upside down, but I prefer it this way. Which is a super, super, super squishy square, which I really, really love. And I think you're going to absolutely adore this square. If you love squishy textures, you're going to love this stitch and you're going to love this square. But there's, as you know, one of the things I was hoping to achieve with the Hodgepodge blanket crochet along was to include as many different techniques and stitches as possible throughout the blanket. Yesterday, obviously, we had the filet square, and it's so wonderful to see so many people embracing that technique, because it is an easy technique when you know how to do it. It's one of those that you need to make sure what the rules are if you're reading a filet crochet chart. And I've left mine over there. I was going to flash one. But there is a full article on my blog post. I am going to do a video about it as well, because there's lots of us that are visual learners, myself included. It takes me a while to kind of absorb information, and sometimes I need to look at it in different formats, which is why I try and do video, written, and everything else. So I will be doing a YouTube tutorial on how to read a filet crochet chart as well, to support that article and help you further understand that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, the filet crocheted square. And I'm going to have I've got a roundup of patterns coming that use that technique that will be available for you on Friday for more inspiration as well. Right, let me show you. Are you ready? This is yes, there are ends, by the way. This is my absolute favorite of this whole blanket. Now, this is, again, it's another crochet technique. It's not really a color work, but I just love it. Now, I've called this the Snowflake Square because to me that middle section looks just like a snowflake. And this square is coming out early next week. That's the right side, but actually I kind of like the wrong side. I'm a bit weird like that. But yeah, this is my new absolute favorite. And I think Bobby put earlier that her favorite square was the granny spike, and so was mine. So was mine until I remade this square, and I absolutely love it. So that is coming up for you very, very soon. But yes, so I just want to, I don't even know where to go. I'm so pleased with, I'm just so enamored with seeing everybody's squares coming through in the Facebook group, on YouTube, on Instagram, and all that kind of stuff. If you're not following me on Instagram, please go over and do that as well. It's at Cozy Rosie UK, and I will give you a follow back if I can. I'm not very good at following back. I never remember who I'm following. But yes, I wanted to share a few bit more information about the prizes that are coming up as well as part of the event. The fact that we have time, there's no rush to get all these squares done. There's still 10 more days of squares to come. I'm going to be out in the Facebook groups and the other Facebook groups promoting a little bit more. So if you see any of my posts, feel free to give them a like and a love, etc., because it always helps. And I want to say thank you for taking part. I mean, it's been wonderful to see that people are getting their Crojo back. People are inspired to make again. And ultimately, that's what the Cable and Cross Square did for me the other day. The opportunity to just make something manageable, something small, manageable, and the fact we're going to get to join them together very, very soon and create the most stunning blanket, I think is just wonderful. It really is. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'll give you another flash of what the prizes are that are coming. Lots of prizes, lots of prizes. I won't show you all the yarn again. I'm going to try and take some photos this week. I never got round to it before after the last video. So you can see exactly what's included in the grand prize, just so you know what you're working towards. So yeah, I can't believe that we only have 10 more squares to go. Can't believe that 20 have already been released. And there are some people that are out there that have literally got, oh, just knocked my whole camera. We've got like two, we've got people that are already all making 2 blankets simultaneously and all that kind of stuff. So I'm super proud of everyone that's giving it a go. Even if you're having to worry about your sizes and, you know, anything you're doing right now and you're crocheting is a win. It really is. I'm so proud of everybody for giving some of these techniques a go. They're not the easiest, some of them. Some of those front posts and back posts and that linen stitch I thought might trip quite a few people up today, but I think the stitch markers helped curve the issues with that one. But yeah, thank you so much for taking part in the event. Thank you for joining me this evening, of course. And of those of you that are watching on a replay, thank you for catching up with us. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this on replay what your favorite square is, because I like to know. I'm super nosy. So you've seen mine. You haven't had a chance to make yours yet, but it will be there for you very, very soon. And I'm hopefully, definitely going live next Saturday, because next Saturday I'm going to be talking to you more about the join, because obviously that will be nearly at the end of the actual event, I'm afraid. But yeah, it's been absolutely amazing so far. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Becca asked, in case you can't see the comments, Becca has asked, she loves my granny square. Thanks. She loves the snowflake blanket, and someone's posted their granny spike stitch square. So they've made it a whole blanket, and yes, that will count as an entry, Becca, because I understand what you're saying. So in the Facebook group, someone has made a whole blanket's worth of my where's it gone? Sorry, here's my blanket. Here we are. Someone made a whole blanket. Where's it gone? Oh, of the granny spike square, and it was stunning, if I do say so myself. So yes, that would count. If you've got a favorite square and you just want to make absolute loads of them, feel free. This is your blanket. Obviously, from my point of view, I want you to have a go at all of them, but sometimes things just don't go to plan. So by all means, if you love your granny's, your circular spiral, and want to make a whole blanket, which I know somebody wants to do, crack on. I'm not going to stop you. And yes, it will count as an entry. If you've got a finished blanket, regardless of which squares you've used, you are going to be entered into that grand prize. So great question there, Becca. Thanks for asking that one, because that's a really good point. I'll add that to the rules. As long as it's got one of the squares, well, at least one of the squares from the Hodgepodge blanket crochet along, and it's a finished blanket with a border, you are going to be entered into the prize draw. Just the main thing is it needs to be posted on your social media with the hashtag Hodgepodge Blanket Cal, C-A-L, and ideally tagging me in it, but just because that way I get to see it. Keep telling you, I'm just super nosy. I want to see everything you're making. Yes, we are still live. I can chat forever. Oh, it's funny, isn't it? When I first ever went live, I was so panicky about chatting to myself effectively, and certainly it's easier when people are watching, but I think I could probably fill a couple of hours just talking about yarn all by myself, but I probably shouldn't do that, really. It's not that entertaining. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me this evening. I'm going to go and have my bath, and once again, thank you for your patience, your understanding. All your thoughts and prayers for me and my mother-in-law have been gratefully received. I can't believe that is all over and done with. And in just 10 short days, we're going to be moving on from our Hodgepodge blanket crochet along. Good thing I've already got other ideas for us, isn't it? Can't wait to share those with you too. In the meantime, don't forget to go and check out the wraps, scarves and cows crochet blog hop. It's a blog hop, and of course you can go and have a look at the relax and hook too as well. I'm going to go and have a look at all these comments and make sure I've answered everybody that was in there. Have an amazing Saturday. Enjoy tomorrow's square. It is a slow one. It's a slow grower, shall we say, but it is beautiful. And yeah, I think you're going to like it. You're definitely going to want to watch a film, most definitely. Oh, Bobby, you're very, very welcome. Thank you, everybody, for joining me this evening. And those on catch up, thank you for watching and watching the replay. I will see you all again live next Saturday at 6 o'clock. And yeah, come on over. We'll see you then.